This is the home page of the FACTCHA application. There are two parts to this application. One side is the scripts, which you download and install on your client application. And the second side is this website, which is a centralized database application facility serving the FACTCHA data that is used to verify the user input on your forms. On this side, we see a set of links which allow you to do various things. We will look into them in detail. On this side, you have various advertisement banners and an image which is actually a link to a sample form which uses the FACTCHA application. Of course, we've got the standard terms and privacy clauses down here. I will go through each one of the pages to explain to you exactly how this application works, and to start off, we'll start with this link which says, what is FACTCHA? FACTCHA is basically a specific type of CAPTCHA which is not text-based. Typically you have an image that users have to solve, which are distorted in some ways, but this particular kind of CAPTCHA asks the user to do a specific action which a computer cannot do. In this case, FACTCHAs work by asking you to drag an image from one location to the other, and in this way you are able to verify that your form is not being filled by a computer. The What is FACTCHA page basically contains a section explaining all this. You've got a short video which is similar to the demo I'm doing now. You have a link to a sample form which we'll look at later, and most importantly it explains how this particular type of FACTCHA has been modified to help advocate for the Millenium Development Goals using the data that is available on the World Bank data website. So coming back to the link on the form, if you click here, it loads the sample form which has a number of fields. This here is the FACTCHA. As you can see, you have various icons denoting each one of the Millennium Development Goals. Some of them are in sepia, one of them is highlighted, and the instruction is to drag the highlighted MDG image below into this particular circle. If you try and drag any of the other items, they will not stick, but dragging this item, the highlighted one, into the circle basically will allow you to process to the next step. One thing you notice is that there is no submit button yet. The submit button is triggered when you drop that particular item and you're able to submit your form, but the fact that is served from the database comes directly from the MDG dataset, and you can have an additional image banner attached to it. Going back to the main site, before you get these FACTCHA scripts and install them onto your website, you need to register and obtain FACTCHA keys, and you can do that by clicking this link here. Essentially what the form is asking for is your domain, an email address and a password. The email address and the password is important because it allows you to come back later and use that to administer this particular set of keys that you would access from here. And to administer those keys, you basically either click from this link here or from this link here which says My FACTCHA Keys. So we'll go ahead and do a demo of how you apply for keys. I'll assume that the domain I'm applying for is demo123456.com. I'm using my email address. and I've put in a password as well. The form is also controlled by the FACTCHA, so I'll drag the appropriate item, the fact loads, submit form comes in. I submit this particular form, and what I see is a page showing me the details about the application key and the secret key that has been generated for this particular domain. This is information that I will need to put into the configuration files of the scripts once I've downloaded them. So it's advisable to actually copy and paste them into a notepad somewhere. Going forward, I can either go to downloading the FACTCHA scripts or read the how-to documentation. To download, I can either do it from this link here, or I can do it from this link which says install FACTCHA. The install FACTCHA page basically gives you a section where you can download the client scripts and the server scripts. This particular version is in beta and it's actually only for PHP MySQL. There are plans to do it for other technologies like ASP.NET and Microsoft-based databases, for example. And I need to download the client scripts only if my plan is that the FACTCHAs would be served from the centralized server based at demo.modernization.co.ke. If I plan to install my own Captcha server, I would need then to actually download the server scripts as well. You have the how-to section for the client and for the server, and it has very specific clear instructions on what you need to do, with even some code snippets that you can cut and paste directly into your forms. Having downloaded and installed these FACTCHAs correctly at a later date, if I wanted to administer my FACTCHA keys, I would use this link here. And this is a list of all the keys that I have for all the domains. I have the option to delete them, and they are loaded automatically because in the previous form I had specified the email address and the password, so the website remembers this. But if I put in another email address on a website, then this set of keys would be the set that are associated with that particular email address password combination. I can add a new site which takes me back to that form, and from there I can go back to manage this site. So in short, that's what the FACTCHA application is all about. You can get more information by going to http://demo.modernization.co.ke/FACTCHA/RGSTR/. Thank you very much.